roamed the swamplands, coexisting with the people of the land. Today, it faces its greatest predator.
Hi everyone, Adam here, and this is Horror Down Under, where I review Australian horror films. And today's film is the 1987 Australian creature feature, Dark Age. Continuing with the croc theme in Horror Down Under. Last one was Rogue. Obviously this one is another one about crocodiles, and there'll be one more. And this stars John Jarratt, who would go on to star in the Wolf Creek movies and TV series. Well-known Australian actress Nikki Coghill, Max Phipps, who people most likely know as Toadie from Mad Max 2, Ray Marr from the Australian soap opera Home and Away, Barnum, and David Gapilli. And directed by Arch Nicholson, who also directed the 1985 version of Fortress, did the reboot series of Mission Impossible, Weekend with Kate. He sadly passed away at the age of 49 in 1990. And the interesting thing about this movie is it didn't actually get released here until 2011. And the reason it took so long, the film company Avco Embassy, who had the distribution rights for it in Australia, actually went broke before it got released. And in this movie, John Jarratt plays Park Ranger Steve Harris, who's an expert on crocodiles. Works in the Northern Territory. After a poacher is attacked and killed, Steve is assigned to kill the crocodile. But the problem is, the crocodile to the elder Aboriginal is considered a sacred animal, which he doesn't want killed. Of course, raises tension between the poachers, the wildlife, and the Aboriginals. But things go from bad to worse when the crocodile comes closer to the mainland and attacks a small boy in an admittedly very tense scene. So the plan is to capture the crocodile and move it to a sanctuary where there's no people. But when the poachers find this out, it's a race to save the crocodile before the poachers try to kill it. The acting in this is top-notch. All these actors are well-known Australian actors. Of course, John Jarratt plays a very likeable character. Max Phipps as the poacher after revenge is very good in this as the bad guy. Nikki Coghill as the love interest is very good in this as well, with excellent support by the two Indigenous actors, Burnham and David Gapilli. And this is a movie that is very well shot and well directed. As for the crocodile effects, you got to remember this was 1987, but for that time, it's pretty good because it's a 25-foot crocodile, which is huge, obviously. This is before CGI. And the interesting thing about this, movie is they don't actually make out that the crocodile is a monster. It's more just an animal. Yeah, as for what I think of it, this is a slow burn movie. It's not full-on action. There's some decent scenes of it attacking people. I'm not spoiling anything by saying it attacks people. But it does pick up in the second half with a bit more action. But I did find this very entertaining though. And the score could only be described as very 80s. It's a synth type score. So you could tell it's an 80s movie, that's for sure. Okay, so I'm going to finish up here. If you have seen Dark Age, let me know what you think of it in the comments below. If you have seen Dark Age, let me know what you think in the comments below. Like and subscribe. I'm Adam, and I'll see you again soon.